How rage and conspiracy theories took over social media following the attempt on Trump's life posed. The word assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump became popular on X within minutes of it breaking in the US media. This word has come to be associated with extreme conspiracy theories on social media, frequently used to question the veracity of an attack or shooting. However, in the past day, it has overtaken other topics in popular internet discourse, and millions of views have been received by posts on X that are replete with unsupported rumors, hate speech, and abuse. Conspiracy theories have historically been drawn to assassination attempts on US presidents, the most well-known example being the assassination of John F. Kennedy in November 1963. Since this was the first to occur in real time, it's not shocking that false reports took off. The way this hysteria engulfed politicians on all sides of the aisle, however, has caught our attention. It hasn't only affected devoted political followers in groupings. Instead, as people attempted to make sense of what had happened, it was aggressively suggested in their For You feeds. Additionally, people who had bought blue ticks, which give their posts more prominence, frequently posted it. Staged conspiracies spread online. Conspiracy theories, as always, occasionally began with justifiable queries and uncertainty. They were mostly focused on purported security flaws, which naturally led many users to wonder how this could have happened. How was the roof reached by the assailant? Why did they not get stopped? Unbelief, conjecture, and misinformation surged into that void. 1 million people viewed a post on X that said, "It looks very staged." There are no panicked or rushing people in the throng. No one in the throng heard a gunshot. He and I don't trust each other. According to the profile, it is based on Ireland's southwest coast. Since then, a remark on X has been added to it pointing out that the shooting was really real. The dread and fear experienced by many in attendance became abundantly evident when further video and testimonies from both inside and outside the event were released. The incredible photos that have surfaced since those original clips added fuel to the suspicions. In instance, a very acclaimed image of Trump with his fist raised, blood on his face and ear, and the US flag in the background was captured by Evan Vucci, the lead photographer for the Associated Press in Washington. A YouTube account from the United States stated that the image was simply too damn perfect, and explained how they managed to get the flag positioned perfect and everything. The author of the X post later removed it after it had approximately 1 million views. "It's critical to own up to your mistakes," they stated in a different piece. Some others noticed that Trump raises his hand on stage as the rounds are fired. They exploited this to imply, despite the lack of supporting evidence, that the event was staged. Posed to elicit pity, another commentator from the US stated, "You can't trust these people with anything, and no, I'm not going to pray for him." Many of the most popular posts on social media, including this one, were shared by left-leaning people who frequently express their disapproval of Trump. Before today, they already had hundreds of thousands of followers, giving them a sizable audience. Cabal of Satan. The events that transpired on X were reminiscent of a conspiracy theory script perfected on social media by fervent activists who refute the veracity of nearly everything, such as the COVID pandemic, wars, mass shootings, and acts of terrorism. This was one of the posts made by a US-based account that had a history of disseminating falsehoods such as "This is price you pay when you take down the elite satanic pedophiles." They were making reference to the conspiracy theory put forth by QAnon, which contends that Trump is fighting a covert war against the deep state, an obscure alliance of intelligence and security agencies that is concealed from public view and seeks to obstruct his every action. They then said that the order for the assassination probably came from the CIA, without providing any proof to back up the claim, accusing Mike Pence, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama of being complicit. The post has been seen 4.7 million times, but there is no proof to back up any of it. Although this is a well-known trend, what's really changed is how commonplace this jargon is among regular social media users. That includes both those who disagree with Trump and those who say this was staged, with the latter claiming it was all part of a larger conspiracy idea. Politicians in office have also participated. Georgian Republican Congressman Mike Collins wrote on social media that Joe Biden sent the orders. He brought up President Biden's remark from earlier in the week regarding putting Trump in a bullseye in regards to their election contest. Some of Trump's supporters contend that the rhetoric used to characterize him by other politicians, the media, and online has heightened tensions and contributed to this assassination attempt. As such, there are valid questions being raised about some of these remarks. However, to imply that President Biden gave the order is a very different story. Despite receiving over 6 million views on X, Collins's post has since been marked with a community notice stating that there is no proof Mr. Biden was involved in any way. It further stated that his comment about the bullseye had been misinterpreted, false claims regarding the identity of the gunman. Inaccurate efforts to pinpoint the gunman contributed to the numerous narratives devoid of supporting evidence. Other people's reputations were being destroyed before the FBI identified the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, who was shot and killed by the Secret Service. Like football analyst Marco Violi, who wrote on Instagram in the middle of the night from Italy, claiming to have seen the completely untrue allegations that he was the attacker and a member of Antifa, a loose association of primarily far-left extremists. By the time X tried to rectify the record on Instagram, those false accusations had received millions of views. Political activists and sympathizers on X immediately took to their own echo chambers, reading messages that validated their preconceived notions and were suggested by the site's algorithm. The others hurried to stay out of this rabbit hole of rumors and conspiracies. It's difficult to argue that Elon Musk's new Twitter passed this test with flying colors. Because of their intended audience and X's standing as a hub for political conversation, the other social media platforms haven't been overtaken in the same manner. Give your reviews. Join our channel as a subscriber.